Electronic Arts, aka EA, is one of the biggest gaming companies, not just in the country, but the world, and is home to one of the most famous franchises, which we all know and love by its community, The Sims. The Sims is one of the biggest simulation games that has brought millions of players each year, especially after becoming free recently, with the ability to customize and create a sim, build, and have overall control of the lives of your Sims. It has become one of the most fan favorites in the simulation game industry. However, many Simmers do think that will change because a new simulation game has just released their full demo of gameplay, which is Enzoi. And Enzoi is an upcoming simulation game that has just released its alpha stage in the latest gameplay promo. A lot of gamers have been reached out and has done early access, and it is set to have extreme detail, and many gamers are saying it's a mix between The Sims and GTA. With its own open world ability and customization tools when creating your Enzois, the level of detail has a lot of Simmers questioning whether or not they will end up jumping ship and joining onto this game and leaving The Sims in the dust. But like many others, I have a different opinion on why EA isn't worried about Enzoi, let alone any other simulation game. We're going to be talking about why EA is unbothered by the growing competition in the growing industry, especially when it comes to life simulation, despite the rise of new competitors. EA remains confident in their position of where they stand, but is the confidence justified, or could they be underestimating the competition? Everything will be timestamped because I do respect your time, so you can always go to each category of my points on your own. Of course, I will always love to hear your opinions down below in the comments and what you guys think, not only with this in-game, but other simulation games as well, being competitors with The Sims. Let's start off with the very first one. The first one being brand loyalty. Sims franchise has a loyal and massive fan base built over 2 decades. We have The Sims 1, 2, 3, and 4, and this brand loyalty often makes it difficult for brand new simulation games to lure players away. Think about it. The amount of times The Sims has came out with not only different stages of The Sims, but also adding different ways to play. There are multiple different DLCs, which I'm going to get into in just a second, but the amount of players that have been playing this since way back when are not jumping ship because of the level of nostalgia this game brings. There is also numerous ways to play this game, and you could always go back and play the different versions of the franchises regardless of when they're making new content. I do want to mention with the level of diversity you can play with this game, because not only can you play on a PS5, a PS4, console, and Xbox, and just computer, your desktop. It's so versatile in the ways that you can play this game that again, a lot of other simulation games are strictly on PC. Let me know your thoughts. Now, the second one, speaking of content, is of course continuous content updates. EA regularly releases EPs, game packs, and updates for The Sims 4, keeping the game fresh and engaging for its players. To me personally, these frequent updates really keep the players engaged. Now, although there is some controversy regarding their latest DLCs, of course because of broken packs and glitches, a lot of Simmers are questioning whether or not the longevity of The Sims is relied on the DLC, and if it is, a lot of people are thinking about jumping ship. But again, this is not about what I don't think, this is about what I do think. And I do think that regardless of The Sims DLC consistently having bugs and glitches, no matter what, I do think these frequent additions help keep players interested and, not really discouraged from exploring other games, but more so in a bond with, okay, they're going to just be coming out with more content, and more content means longevity, and longevity means more Simmers playing the game. Again, this game is now completely free to download ever since last year when they first introduced Behind the Sims Summit, which was a way for many Simmers to interact with the Sims team and come out with more detail about what's going on in the latest projects that they're going to be working on. Since making this game free, there has been over 70 million players joining worldwide of not only the Sims 4 franchise, but the Sims in general. A lot of Simmers have jumped on to the Sims 4 edition, and because of that, that has just made the Sims community even bigger. Now, speaking of bigger and better, again, another point that I do want to make across is the strong modding community. The Sims 4 has an active modding community and consistently adds new content and customizations Productions, despite what the Sims 4 team has been lacking. There's also Sims 3 content that people can mod as well, and with more modders coming out with more different variables of whether it's create a sim or build mode or just a more addition to gameplay, this also helps the game keep it interesting and often provides what the official game is going to lack, which is what a lot of people are talking about regarding the controversy of whether the Sims 4 is worth it at its core. I do feel like the modding community adds such a different aspect of the Sims, and I do feel like it's a big part of why the Sims 4 has been and had a longevity as it has. Again, it's been 10 years that the Sims 4 has been running, and again, they're still on top as far as simulation games, and I do feel that way because again, it's the modding community has made such an impact on what you could do with your Sims. Again, it should not be relied on mods. I do feel like a game should be complete without mods, and mods should be an addition to the game. But with the level of modding that has happened with simmers such as MCC Command Center, Wonderful Whims, Twisted Mexi's, Better Exceptions mod, where you can see what is going on with your game when you do add mods. Like there's just such a level of detail that these mods provide. Even Carl's Dine Out, that adds such a level of different ways that the, original Dine Out DLC didn't provide, that there is now a more detailed way of playing, and are constantly adding new content and customizations. You guys let me know down below in the comments how you guys feel about that. The next one I want to talk about is marketing. EA has done a great job at marketing when it comes down to, the resources, and it allows them to maintain visibility around their hype, so whenever they're promoting a game, regardless if the DLC is broken or not, one thing The Sims is going to do is promote it, whether that be on social media and whether that be asking EA Game Changers to reach out or just in general. Their marketing is top tier. I mean, they even did a whole rebrand where they just started doing Shop the Sims, where they have new shirts and wardrobe and pins and earrings and necklaces, and it brings in more viewers and players because, again, if you're wearing this out and about, people are going to be like, what's that? If they don't know about the game, that's a conversation starter right there. There's also different aspects of the marketing as far as even social media. Even me creating this content is marketing for The Sims within itself for someone who hasn't even heard of it. I also do feel like the way they market themselves is very strategic, and they know exactly what they're doing because, again, EA is all about money and they're very money hungry. So one thing they're going to do is make sure the product is marketable, which The Sims 4 is, but of course the result of getting that is just not it. But it doesn't matter because, again, the EA is more so bad publicity is better than no publicity. So at the end of the day, whether it's good or bad, they're just more focused on, is it reaching people? So are people going to see this? Are people going to see the latest DLC that's going to come out, and it's going to drag them into this game, pre-order it, buy it, and regardless if it's broken or not, it's still marketable. People still spent money on it. Therefore, it still worked. They know exactly what they're doing. So y'all let me know down below in the comments. Another one I want to talk about is, the monetization that EA has. And when I talk about monetizations, I really want to talk about specifically DLCs and microtransactions, which has a lot to do with kits and game packs, stuff packs, expansion packs, etc. And this strategy not only generates continuous revenue, so they're always going to be fine. They do, release these base game updates and these like, oh, this is free, it's coming with the game, but they have so much DLC, it's insane, that they are fine with revenue. This strategy just continuously, generates revenue, but also creates a financial barrier. So, other competitors might not have, the ability to, keep that up, especially because they know they can take advantage of overall just the simmers, the way how passionate the simmers are, especially the OG simmers and people who just don't even know any better. Again, people are on TikTok and Instagram and all these reels that are finally, seeing, people are just now realizing what The Sims is. Like 2 years ago, it became a really big thing, especially with TikTok, with a lot of simmers taking into TikTok, showing the game, and people are like, what is this game? Oh my gosh, I want to play it. And then all of a sudden The Sims becomes free, and then next thing you know, like, people are downloading all these DLCs, which is more revenue for them. It's just they're taking control over everything. Went a little bit off topic, but yeah, let me know down below in the comments how y'all feel. And the last thing I want to talk about is the cultural impact. The Sims has become a cultural icon. We cannot deny that. With the way The Sims has been as far as a franchise, influencing everything from memes to social media trends, I feel like it's time to take a little bit of recognition. And the reference of making it harder for a new or lesser known game to break through because of how strong the simming community is. Regardless if you don't like it or like it, you know what The Sims is because they market themselves. We've never seen a Sims commercial on TV. Well, at least I haven't. But I'm saying as far as the way they have the ability to market themselves and do social media, and not only social media, but just overall taking it to in person with Shop The Sims and brands and everything like that, as far as even having an EA creator, being an EA creator and giving out The Sims for free to these creators to make content. They're taking it all so much into consideration, and that EA has just such an influence in the culture of gaming community, especially with The Sims. I just feel like it's not going to go anywhere. But again, you guys let me know. I really do feel like EA is completely unfazed by this entire thing, and people are like, oh my gosh, like we don't know for sure. Like I feel like they're going to like be shook at the fact that Enzoy or Paralives or any other simulation game. I don't feel like that at all. Even with criticism over broken packs and lack of innovation, EA is so strategic and focused on consistent content dropping and monetization that they are not even like looking at the other side. Okay, EA is a billion-dollar corporation, and I would also like to question how much is coming within the base game of these other simulation games, and what is the longevity of this. You shouldn't like. The Sims knew for a fact that it could be longevity. Again, they even said themselves, the Sim gurus, that The Sims has many more years to come. Meaning they know, regardless of all the simulation, competitors, they're going to be good. They know that because they have said they have many more years to come. A company that knows, again, they're a billion-dollar company. They know what they're doing. They have people researching. They have people doing this. Okay, well, to an extent, because all these bugs and glitches are a different story for another day. But I'm saying as far as, the marketing and knowing how much money it's bringing in, and regardless of all these other competitors, they know that they are still going to be fine. And therefore, they're going to continue it on. But I'm curious, do you guys think that, their confidence is justified with what I just said, or even more what you have to add? Please let me know down below in the comments, and let's see if they're underestimating all the competition. I do feel that Enjoy and Paralives is going to make them step up their game, but I don't think they're bothered. I don't think they're bothered at the fact that people are going to jump ship. A lot of people don't even like the hyper realism that Enjoy is bringing, and a lot of people are kind of on the fence with regarding Paralives, and if they even like those graphics. I don't know. I'm in a mixture. I'm in a more of let's see what happens. So with that all being said, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up or learn something new, because it truly does help out my channel. And whether you're a silent viewer, you like my videos, you comment on my videos, or overall you just share my videos, or you're a silent viewer, at the end of the day, you still supported me in some shape, way, or form, and for that I thank you. With that all being said, I will see you guys all in the next video. Again, would love to know your opinions. Bye.